What's up, YouTube? It's me, Schmmo. I'm back, and I'm joined by a very special guest by the name of Misa.
Hello, welcome. Oh.
Perfect.
No, I got into my streamer mode.
It's rubbing off.
Oh my god.
For a little sneak peek for those, I messed up the first little bit, but yes, Misa. Hello. Thank you for giving me your time. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
So, for those who don't know who you are, please tell them about yourself. Tell them who you are, your lore, whatever you want to tell them.
Sure. So, of course, I'm Hitoyoru Misa, but everybody calls me Misa. I am a daywalker vampire VTuber, and I am a comfy variety streamer. So I kind of do everything on my channel: games, karaoke, bad art, sometimes interviewing. Whatever I kind of feel like making and putting on my schedule, I do it. I'm not like, oh, I'm a Valo player and that's all I play. I just play different stuff, and that's I'm just here to have fun.
Variety is the spice of life,
Yeah.
and I really do believe that. So let me ask the very first important one. How did you start streaming? Why VTubing along those lines? So let's start with, how did you start streaming?
Well, okay. Buckle up, it's a long story. I didn't know VTubing when it first started. I actually, right around COVID, I got very sick. Not with COVID, but I ended up learning that I have a chronic disease, and so I was starting to become sort of non-functional in a way. And I lost interest in everything, and I couldn't really do a lot. I could barely do my remote work at the time. And I just happened to be just kind of vegging out and watching some clips on YouTube, and I came across Iron Mouse, and I'd never seen VTubers before, and I love anime. In my mind, it just went, wow, this is like anime in real life. I thought it was anime in real life. I thought it was so cool, and I jumped down that rabbit hole. Kind of helped me while I was kind of recovering and learning how to cope with my long-term illness and getting better. And once I got better, I was like, I really think that's really cool. I would love to become an anime character myself. Let me research about it. And ironically, I got into Niji Sanji at that time as well. Was watching a lot of their streamers, and then they had applications. And I was very new at that time, but I was just like, you know what? I know I've never streamed. I don't have a computer right now, but what if I got one and I tried to apply?
What if this actually works? Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, I was dreaming very high at that time, and I missed the deadline because the Japanese time zone is different. But that's what pushed me. I was like, you know what? Even though I missed that, I can just jump in and try streaming, and that's how I got into it.
Well, that's a very nice, passionate story. I know a lot of people are just like, yeah, I just did it. There's nothing behind it. Just like, I'm just here. And my friend gave me this free model, and I went from there. So, see, I like that there's actual reasoning behind it, because there's a lot of people just like, I'm here. Like, no, I just, I found this passion, and I really wanted to see how it works. And, even though this one thing didn't work out, but it was the catalyst. It pushed me towards this.
It was.
Now, before we do anything else, I hear you're an anime fan. So I hear.
Oh, yeah.
Are you watching anything from this current season?
I need to catch up, but I do want to start with Demon Slayer just came back, so that is my, if you want to say modern anime favorite, that's my go-to. So that, and I need to jump into Frieren because my friends keep telling me about it. So once I get my Crunchyroll account back, I'm gonna be binging that. Yeah.
So I ended up starting binge watching myself. I let One Piece build up for like 7-8 months so I could just watch it in one go. Well, there's one coming out that's called Bartender Glass of God, which is like a remake of it came out in like 2006 or something like that. But it's like an updated remake that's like faithful to the manga. Very good, very chill anime. It's nothing like there's some drama, but like it's mostly just a chill, sit back and just relax kind of thing. So
those are good.
Oh yeah, 100%. Especially with, like, just busy day-to-day life. I just want something I could just sit back, have a cool, calm atmosphere, and just relax. It's like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So you said modern. So what I'm hearing is you like that old school stuff. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, yes.
So what in the old school do you tend to like stick around or like gravitate towards?
Of course, Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon was like one of those ones that I, at a young age, really loved.
Hmm.
Till this day, I still love it. So Sailor Moon is like in the pocket. I have so much, memorabilia and figurines and everything like that. So Sailor Moon, I love that. My favorite of all time is one that came out in, I want to say, the 90s, is
Mhm.
Fushigi Yugi, The Mysterious Play. Most people don't know it, but I love it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, you're such a good choice.
Oh, I got another fan? Yeah, I only found one other fan.
It's one of those things. I feel like it went under the radar, but it's like one of those
It did.
gems. Once you make like the people sit down, they're like, "Why didn't I know about this before?"
Yeah. It's like isekai before isekai was like a thing.
hmm
Yeah.
hmm So, since we're on the topic, do you have a top 5? Like, is there like 5 that you're like, all right, you're new to anime or you're a veteran, I don't care. This is what you need to watch.
Top 5. Well, number 1 for me would be Fushigi Yugi. I do tend to like try and get people to watch that one. So there's that. I'm not a vampire for nothing. So Hellsing Ultimate, I definitely.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah. I like dark anime, so Claymore, which is another. I think people slept on that one. That one was pretty cool, and I like Dororo as well, which is like, homage to the person that created anime back in the day. Them remaking it. Oh my gosh, so good.
So good. Oh man, you got so many good choices. Oh, people need to be. These are some cultured choices, if you know what I'm saying. So I did want to ask Claymore. Did you read the manga by chance?
So that's one of the mangas I'm trying to pick up. So where I live, the library system is very good. They have most manga series there, so I can actually get them and not have to pay,
Yeah.
But Claymore is like one of the few. They don't have it. So that's one I'm saving up to just buy it and read it.
Yeah, so with that, I just did a video, oddly enough, talking about these box sets. When it comes to Claymore, I think that's your best bet to get, because you pay an upfront cost. I think it's like $150, $180, but you save money. I think they give you like 6 or 7 volumes for free. So like it's kind of worth the cost. Plus, it comes in a little box, so you don't have to worry about having to put it on a shelf. You just stick it in a corner, and you'll be all right.
Nice.
I enjoyed Claymore until the last episode.
Yeah, agreed.
We're not going to go into too many details, but Misa understands what I'm talking about, and people who have seen it understand. But
Yes.
highly recommend Claymore. Still holds up. I rewatched it last year, I think,
Nice.
and it still holds up. So, good stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff. And I think I might add that box set to my throne or something.
Yeah. Look into it.
Yeah.
They should still be available, but I really think if you want to like buy it in one go, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
So speaking of anime, you know what's usually associated with anime, right? Video games. So
That's true.
is there one game? Well, actually, let's start from the beginning. How did little Misa get into video games? Let's start with that. How did?
Well, so I grew up with 2 brothers, one older, one younger one, and my older brother liked video games, and so that's how I got into it. We would play games together. He would cheat a lot, and I would unplug the controller. We were playing fighting games against each other, so I just got in through my brothers, and ever since then, and my family, my parents were pretty supportive. They weren't the type that were like, no, you can't play this or that. They were sort of like, oh, for Christmas, you want the new, video game system? Sure. Or you want this new game? So I was, privileged enough to be able to kind of always have a system there to play, and so I've been playing since I was little.
Is there like any memories that you like really associate with video games? Like when you see, like, I don't know, for me it would be like Need for Speed Underground 2. That's one of those ones that I played a lot when I was a kid, but I played it with my brother. So I distinctly remember sitting around a TV on his PlayStation 2 just sitting there listening to the music, driving these cars, building up these cars, racing these cars. Like that's the memory I always associate with Need for Speed. Is there like something that you associate like good memories with?
I think for me it's probably Zelda the Ocarina of Time. I just got so heavily into I think that was the first time I like really like I play games and enjoyed them, but to this day it's my favorite game of all time just because it just seems so, it's kind of almost open world in a way. Um it just I don't know, for some reason it compelled me, and I spent so many hours just playing and running around and trying to do completionist things. That was the first game where I really tried to like do different completion things and just see everything in the game. I just remember just being so in love with Ocarina of Time, even like trying because I played a little piano at the time and like trying to learn how to play some of the tunes on the piano and everything like that. I just remember just like, oh, I can play this on the piano. So yeah, I love that game.
So so speaking of that, did that kind of like do you still play piano? Do you still go on and
I don't know. It was like back, you know how parents are like, you gotta play an instrument.
Oh yeah, it's one of those.
So it was like, yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
then when it was like, when they loosened up, I was like, I am not playing this ever again.
I am throwing this out into the garbage and never looking at it anymore.
It was a keyboard, but yeah.
Well, yeah. So, is there like a game series that you would recommend to people? Like, if they're like, I don't know what I should play, but I want to play something new. What do you recommend me? So, what would you be like? All right, look, listen. You can either emulate it or you can go buy it cheap. What would that game be?
The Resident Evil series. So, Ocarina of Time may be my favorite game, but my favorite series is Resident Evil by far. I love it. I don't like horror games, but for some reason
that sticks with you.
Love the series. Yes.
Is it the storytelling, or is it like you're just like, I've sat down, I've forced myself to do it? I kind of like this guilty pleasure. Is it something like that, or?
For some reason, I like apocalyptic like movies and games and everything like that. So it's kind of got that apocalyptic feel to it, you know. The Umbrella Corporation trying to ruin the world in every game. I like zombies as well, like zombie movies. So zombie games, also another one. And I did like the story as well. So just kind of all together, and the fact that it's just been long running, so I never get bored. There's always a new game.
Yeah, fair. Have you ever played Dead Rising? Because you like
Dead Rising. Yeah, I've played a little bit of it.
You didn't, not a big fan of create your own weapons and going and bashing in people's heads?
No, it was fun, but it's just, I don't know, something about Resident Evil that just, I like it. I like the characters. I like the different stories and how they, even the remakes, I love those.
No, I totally get that, especially with the remakes. Like, so beautiful on modern consoles. Like, it does it justice.
It does.
So good. Let's see here. There was some other stuff I wanted to address here. With VTubing. I know you mentioned Iron Mouse. Is she your Oshi, or is there someone else that is secretly your Oshi that, you know, you don't want to be like, well, Iron Mouse is good, but...
No, Iron Mouse is my Kami Oshi. She is I look up to her a lot. Like I said, I have chronic illness, and she's like the champion of somebody that has a very, very chronic illness and yet is able to thrive as a VTuber. I'm just always surprised by what she's able to do.
Yeah, she is amazing. She always seems to come out of nowhere, out of left field with these amazing things, and it's just like, all right, cool. Like, let me do this, or all right, it's time to stream for 17 hours. Let me just do this real quick, and then, you know, go about making videos and working on other stuff too. God,
yes,
she is truly amazing. So, when you got into streaming, is there any hardships that you tell or that you would like to talk about to give new streamers like a heads up on, or be like, hey, this is how this is gonna work out? Like, it's never gonna be, you can't just go in and expect 15 people to be there. Like, it's that, yeah. Is there like any advice you want to give the people? Like, because I know we all start from the ground up, but everyone has their own different journey.
For me, focusing on the VTuber part, I know when I got in, I was so confused with models and, how do I start? How do I, do I need, how do I find a person to make a model and everything like that? And my suggestion would be there are so many pre-made models out there and that you can use that are high quality. So like you said, if you're encountering those problems with numbers, you don't have to worry about, well, I spent $5,000 on a model and two people are watching me. You can like test the waters with the pre-made models or with the PNG tuber. You can be a PNG tuber. You can, do Vroid. You can create your own. But I would always suggest people go, don't invest heavily in that. Invest more in like your equipment, making sure you have a good microphone, your PC can run all these programs well, and have a simple model, and then learn the ins and outs of streaming before you go out and spend a lot of money on a model, because spending a lot of the money on a model doesn't always equate to a lot of viewers. In many cases, it's, are you a good streamer?
Are
and
you?
you got to learn that.
Yeah. Are you? Is there a reason for people to come back? Like, yeah.
Yes.
What is it? There's one that's out there. It's like Omari, I think is the game, or Omari. It's that black and white like drawn model. I seen it,
and that's free.
Yeah, that's very customizable. I'm assuming because
I see
a lot of people using it. So like, that's a pretty good recommendation right there, honestly.
Yep, and there's sites where you can go where there's rather cheap or free ones. Yeah.
Okay. So, is there? Well, let's start talking about the streaming rabbit hole since we're already here. Is there like any fond memories that you of your community have had that some days you're just like, yeah, that was a good one. I hated it during it, but now that I'm thinking about it, it was a pretty good one. So, like, any memories that you like stick to you so far in your streaming career that you're just like, I'm definitely gonna remember this until the end of time.
Oh, of course, yeah. I think the one that has been resonated with me the most is when I hit 1K followers on Twitch, I had a little celebration, and that stream will always live in my heart just because the people around me at the time, they just made an amazing kind of gift for me. That was the first time I cried on stream because somebody named a very green banana, thank you banana if you're watching, he created a visual novel for me to watch during the stream, and all of my friends would pop up as characters in this visual novel and say sweet things, and they'd even talk, so they recorded their voices. And just knowing that all these people cared, took their time to make this project, just resonates with me. And I feel like that was my peak back then. Is people were so so supportive and around, and I'm never gonna forget that stream and what everybody did for me in the community.
That's that's so nice. That's so nice. That's so. I do want to ask this. When it comes to communities, there's a couple sides to them: the love, the hate, the drowning the streamer every chance they get kind of a notion. Is there a theme with your chat that like every stream you're like, yep, it was about time this would happen?
I think it's a combo. It's a combo of scuff. I am a very scuff streamer to the point where my chat knows it, and we don't get, I don't really get frazzled over the scuff at this point because it's gonna happen every stream. So they come to know it, and they're just waiting for the scuff to happen, and they're very supportive about it too. They're just like, hey, you didn't put your title today. It's the same title as yesterday, but it's more of a supportive one. And then also just comfy. I have a lot of people that watch me from Europe, and so they come in. It's very late for them, and because we have comfy vibes, it helps them go to sleep. And I just have a lot of people that they want to just vibe, and they come in and they vibe and they do whatever they're doing and have me on in the background and chat when they can. So it's sort of like comfy with a little bit of chaotic, scuff.
Well, that's good. I noticed that there's been a lot of how do I say, more European presence I guess I would say. At least in what I've noticed with VTubers I watch, such as yourself, a lot of people just, it seems like, I don't know how to describe it, but I guess more of European forces making its way. I guess I don't know how to.
I think so, or I think a lot of them, I don't know, at least the ones that I know, like I know a lot of Italian VTubers, but they tend to interact with a lot of us in the EN sphere,
Mm,
and I'm wondering if that's just what it is. It's they're there, but they, kind of migrate over to the EN sphere because you kind of can get more if you're doing both languages or one language versus
mm.
just, your one. At least for the Italians that I know, they tend to do both languages, and so I think you get, more bang for your buck when you got two
Yeah,
communities.
all the cross pollination, I guess is the term. I
Yeah.
guess I don't try to make everyone sound like bees, but good lord. Well, no, I'm glad that people are coming to you and find like they're able to put that kind of trust in you, because it, to me, I look at it, there has to be a certain level of trust where they go, when I go here, I know I'm gonna get this. I've had a bad day, I just need to relax and have just good vibes, so I'm gonna go to Misa. I find that amazing when people are just giving that kind of confidence, and it's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing in my eyes.
That's how I feel about the people that I watch. I'm usually going there. If I'm visiting people, it's because I feel comfy in there. I feel comfortable to chat with them. And so I just want to have the same atmosphere that anybody that comes in, they know they're going to be welcomed and they'll have a good time.
Mm. So, since we're still in the VTuber atmosphere, I do want to ask, what, for those who don't know, what's your lore? Is there something you want to like tell people about and be like, hey, this is the kind of thing I play into, or this is my background? That way, and that way not everyone's asking every 5 minutes, that kind of thing.
Oh. Yes, when they see me, I'm a vampire. And so oftentimes, like on Twitter, I'll usually get, oh, you gotta stay away from the sunlight. Oh, I'm going to throw holy water at you. Or, oh, here's garlic. And I always have to correct people and say, per my lore, I am a daywalker vampire, which means none of the things that bother vampires bothers me. That's how I wrote my lore. In fact, I wrote my lore to be very, very specific that I'm 1/4 human, 3/4 vampire. So I'm sort of like that quote unquote perfect vampire that none of the weaknesses that vampires have I don't have. So please, if you interact with me, I love the sun, I like eating garlic, and holy water does nothing to me.
I like to sunbathe. I like to put my garlic in some holy water and eat it. Okay, like
Exactly.
let me be. So with 2024 rolling in, it's almost halfway through now that I'm looking at the clock.
Yeah.
Has there been any big moments this year that you've like you're proud to be accomplished of? Is there something that you're just like, yep, that's definitely a keynote for the end of the year review kind of thing?
Yes. So this model that you're seeing right now, I debuted it recently. So this is my newest model, and it took it was a year progress, like a year long process to get this one completed and get all the like assets that I needed done. So to finally have it and be using it, I am so glad that I was able to do the debut. It went well, and that everybody loves the model. So that's my highlight for the year.
So as 2024 rolls on, there are I'm just gonna say 6 months left. Is there anything that you're planning on doing that you want to be like, yeah, people come to this event, or anything you want to share that you've been working on that's going to come out for the remainder of the year?
So I don't have a date on it, but it's been in the works since last year's. I am having a lore video being made based off of a lore comic that I had made last year. Because I put a lot of effort into my lore, and I know not everybody wants to sit down and read it. So I had a wonderful artist, Hisa, make my lore into like a webcomic. And then I asked a video editor, can he turn a webcomic into a movie? Which I was thinking more of just like, oh, he would just pan through the different panels and then have some voiceover. And he's like, nope, I am going to figure out a new thing And so he's been learning how to, I guess, I don't know, through After Effects or something like that, actually animate and make the panels move. So
Ooh.
yeah, so it's going to be like a comic where, the panels are moving. I did get a bunch of friends or people that I know to lend their voices, so it's going to be voice acted. Got some nice music. So he's working on it now, but there's no, time frame since it's new
Mm.
to him to making this type of video. So hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have a really cool lore video, and then after that's posted, the webcomic will go up so people can read the webcomic as well.
Ooh, that's gonna be a nice little treat
Yeah,
near the end of the year. Ah, I love it.
hopefully.
I find it nice though that he's like, nah, fam. I'm gonna treat you right. I'm gonna learn this new thing just for you. Like,
Yes.
I find that cool. So, with your community, do you do anything like community Mario Kart nights or community game nights or do watch-alongs? Do you do anything of that nature to like get back to the community? Is that something that you thought of doing, or is that something you do?
I mainly do open lobby game nights. So
Mm.
every week, I have an open lobby game. I've increased that to two, just because obviously not everybody may play one game, but they might play, two. So every week, I play Dead by Daylight, and now every week I went back to Fortnite as well. And it's always open lobby. Anybody that's watching, that's in my community, or even just hops in that wants to play, I make it, interactive that they can play with me. And if for some reason, a lot of them want to play, we have, a queue system where we can rotate people. So I kind of interact with my community in that way. Like we play on stream and just kind of play together. And sometimes I will do streams where I'll do a poll and just be like, okay, guys, what do you guys want to play? That's a community game, and then we'll play it whatever it is that they want that I have. So we
Mm.
do that quite frequently.
So, with Dead by Daylight here, as a casual player and someone who's done some tournaments, who do you tend to stick with? I'm curious. As a survivor, and if you do killer, who's your favorite killer?
I'm playing Sable because I like emo stuff. So I generally just play Survivor, to be honest. I just play her. I rarely play Killer, and if I do, it's between Chucky or Wesker because I don't have that many killers.
Daddy Wesker. I understand.
Oh no.
So who do you hate playing against? For me, I don't like playing against Chucky, and I do not like playing against the new that abomination. Like I don't even remember. What is it? The Thing, or like whatever they call the new one. I do
Yeah,
not
I don't
like
know what it's
playing
called,
against
but
it.
I don't like it. No, I don't like that.
It's
Whatever
actually
it's called, I
scary.
don't like it. Is. I don't like it.
I don't come to
But if
Dead
it's
by
not
Daylight
that
for
one,
scary.
well, yeah, it's that thing or Ghostface. I don't know why, but for me, my win rates against a Ghostface is like 0.
See, I don't. If I had to go by win rates, like I never win against Michael, or
Oh.
I never win against what's its name? It's the K-pop one, the K-pop star that turned
Oh yeah, the
killer.
K-pop guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Trickster.
Yeah, Trickstar. Like I don't know what it is. Never can win against them. Maybe once in the blue moon, but like comparative, like win rate, like they're pretty low.
Oh. Well, yeah, he is pretty kind of tricky.
Knee slap. There you go. So, is there like any tips you want to give from DBD? Like, because I genuinely like DBD as a game. Like, I genuinely find it fun. Is there like anything you'd just be like, hey, I know so for what I tell people, I said sometimes when you start out, people are going to be angry, especially on the survivor side. They're going to be very angry because there's a lot of tryhards. So just ignore them.
So I am not that great at the game, to be fair. So I don't know if I'm the best one to give advice to. I think I guess if you're just starting out, is when you're on a gen, especially if you're streaming, you gotta pay attention because I blow up generators all the time because I'm sitting there looking at chat, responding to chat, and oops, I didn't press the button and I blew up the generator. I do it all the time. So focusing on that generator, learning how to time it and not blow it up and then, team kill.
Hey, everyone gather around. I want to show you this cool trick. What?
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's my cool
Yes.
trick.
I do it all the time. I do, and I never. I should learn, but I don't because I don't want to ignore my chat.
Is there, since we're on the topic of like playing with people and like, well, that sounded pretty bad. Since we're on the topic of gaming with others, I think that's probably better. Is there like any group or like any other VTubers or flesh tubers, as some call them, or other content creators that you want to like do stuff with, like throughout the year or sometime next year? Like, is there like any projects or games that you want to play with like certain people?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. I am a very big introvert. I deal with a lot of social anxiety. So for me, just collabing in general, I look forward to because usually it's because somebody asked me. So the short answer to that is yes, I'm excited to collab with anybody that's willing to reach out and ask for a collab if there's somebody that I know. Now, if it's a random person on DM that I don't know, I've never interacted with them, I'm more than likely going to say no. But if it's like somebody I've interacted with or I know them through, another community, then if they message me and they're like, do you want to collab? I'm usually so super excited to do that. So in general, just, yeah, anybody. Anybody, yeah.
So, while I'm on that, I do have a question. Besides Iron Mouse, because she is a big factor in how you got started, how she inspires you, is there any other streamers that inspire how you stream or has affected how you stream, how you set up certain things, or how you go about certain events such as like open lobby nights or anything? Is there like any other content creator that has affected you in that kind of way?
All right, this will maybe sound cheesy or generic, but basically, all of my indie VTuber friends that I watch, and if you guys are checking out this video, it's all of you. They all inspire. Every single one of them inspires me because when I go in and I want to hang out with them in their streams, there's something that I'm like, wow, this is really cool. Like they have this thing going, and I didn't know you could do that. Or wow, I've never seen this game before. I think I really want to try it. I'm just inspired by all of them because everybody streams in a different way. Everybody finds different tools and sets up their streams in different ways, and I'm always learning something new just by hanging out in friends chat. So to me, it's all the indie VTubers that I interact with that they inspire me. Then some of them will probably be like, no, 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 I'm too small, or no, no, no. Yes, you do. All of you do inspire me every day to give me new ideas and want to try things.
Well, that's nice. Like I didn't mean that come off condescending. I realized that after I said it, but like that's genuinely like super nice. That like yes, everyone around me is making me feel like making me better, inspiring me to be better. Like that's actually genuinely nice.
They do. And I know a lot of them be like, no, but they do. And anybody that watches that knows me and says, no, you're lying. You're just not accepting it. You inspire me.
You gotta accept the facts. Yeah, I'm gonna keep telling you until you accept it, and even after you accept it, I'm gonna keep on telling you.
Yes.
Well, I think that's a genuinely I think that might be a good place to stop. Is there anything you want to tell people? Is there anything you want to let the world know? Plug your socials. Do whatever you want to do.
I would say, if you are a streamer, if you are a VTuber, just keep doing what you're doing. No matter if you're streaming to one person, to 100 people, streaming is a grind. But at the end of the day, if you enjoy it, then continue to do it. And like I said, you can always lean on learning from friends to continue to inspire you, especially if you're kind of feeling low or like, oh, things aren't going the way you want. You can always find people that are around your same size and kind of get, inspiration from them. So that would be my kind of final plug there. And as far as you can find me on Twitter, twitter.com/Hitoyoru Misa. Same thing, I stream on Twitch. So it's Twitch/Hitoyoru Misa, the same thing. And on my Twitter, you can get to my card and like all of my information is there.
Misa, I appreciate you giving me your time of day. I appreciate you sitting here and just talking with me, letting people get to know you better. That way you can be like, hey, you want to know me more, go check out that video. That way I don't have to sit here and keep on talking or something like that. I truly do appreciate you giving me your time.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for inviting me and talking. I had a blast here.
I'm glad. Don't worry. We'll probably talk anime off screen. But yeah, so thank you once again, Misa. Everyone, please go check out our socials. Everything will be down linked below. And if you haven't seen, there's stuff on top. Go check that out. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I will see you all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.